Hey, good morning to you, or probably almost afternoon now. But I've been out here since morning. I've been doing a lot of bagging and tagging, getting my bait wall. I don't know if you see it behind me, but it's starting to fill up. Trying to get it. Really, I would like to have it full before I start thinking about Christmas presents. I really haven't been out here in a while. It's probably been over 2 weeks. We've been out on the road on a kind of a long fishing trip. We had a lot of fun, and now it's just time to get back to work. Today I really have to do a remelt video. I hope y'all like it. There's just a lot of leftover plastic that I got to use up from all the lures I was trying to make before I went on my trip, and I kind of left it a mess. I thought maybe y'all would like to see how remelts come into play. I want to get my tripod turned around here so I can show you. See, this is one of the issues with all these cups being full. I really, I don't have to leave them full, but it's a good way to keep them separated from all the work I've been doing. Like, this is all kind of hyper shift. I didn't really want to mix that with anything, except for the runners and the sprues that I've been. Let me show you something. Like, well, let's come over here. Get some stuff out the way. So, like, look, like these things right here, you can't separate that, but it would be interesting what that in one color is going to be. Mostly what I like to do with remelts is say like these, a lot of these slayers, crushers, some slouches, and some inshore swim baits, and I do make a lot of these 3-inch with remelts, but I usually use dual colors, and they laminate really well. But saying something like this hyper shift right here, see, this side is supposed to be blue magenta. That's what it's supposed to shift to in the light. I hope it does. I don't know if it does or not. And then this side right here contains red, orange, gold, and green, and it should roll over in all those colors. Got a whole bunch of them, and that little hole right there, that's just where I hang them. But anyway, if I melt this all together, like if I remelt this, would it actually show colors of blue, magenta, red, orange, gold, and green all together? I just thought that might be a kind of cool thing, so I'm going to try that this morning. The other thing is I got a couple of jugs like this of nothing but pucks. See, these are all like cup pucks, I guess you'd call them. Might have a couple injector pucks, and might have a couple, like, look at here. I see these are runners. And it's just, like, I use this color and then you didn't have to do anything else with it. But see, it's just tons of this. So I'm surely not going to use all of this today, but I might better put some good colors together where I would use a dual injector and laminate some of these molds. So normally when you using this, these old pieces you remelt them down, and you can make, blend them together, make different colors. It's real easy. You usually just cut them up. Some people use a meat grinder. I got a meat grinder, but I find if I just cut it in little chunks, it works pretty good. I only use the meat grinder when them boys are here and they want to grind stuff up, or they want to make some money. So I let them grind all this stuff up. Me being colorblind, I either get my best girl or those boys to separate them into colors that go with one another. And then if they put it through the meat grinder, you can mix all that up and have a pretty good idea of what colors you're going to come out with. And if you jump on your remelts right away, you don't have to worry about vacuuming them out, because this was all good vacuumed out plastic when it became the leftovers. However, I let it sit around so long, all of this is going to have to go through the vacuum chamber again. So when I do remelts, it normally takes a long time. So all the equipment I'm going to use today, the other stuff is 90% of remelt days would be this dual injector. I really like to laminate those little crappie jigs. And today, as an exception, I'm going to use a single injector, because I want to make some, like, blend all that hyper shift together and see if it'll represent all those colors that are supposed to be in it. I want to use up that hyper shift in this 3-inch epic prey bait. This mold is a 3-cavity mold. They make a 6 now, which I really wish I would have had. They didn't have it at the time. This was actually my very first epic mold. This is the mold that got me very impressed with epic. And it's just like the thickness of the mold, very stout. And I really like the top ports. And I also like how they're labeled back and belly, so a dyslexic guy like me can actually remember what's top and what's bottom. Now on this particular mold, there's no eye socket. There's actually right in here. That's maybe if I do this, see that's an indentation. You know, a normal eye socket protrudes into the mold to cause a socket inside the fish, but this has a little knot where the eye is supposed to be. So when I want to put an eye on these, I use a soft plastic eye and put it in the mold first. And I'll show you guys how to do that. So this is one of the first things I want to show you. These are the eyes I'm talking about for the 3-inch slave bait. See, they come from Lure Works. They don't have a whole lot of variety of them. So dark glitter, you know, these are the 3 I use most of the time. The red glitter, I might use that today. Holographic silver with a black pupil, that looks pretty good. And these, I got a few of them. I don't use this that often, but gold glitter, I think looks pretty good. But my most widely used ones are either these holographic or these right here. But I think there's a couple more colors to choose from if you go to their website and take a look. So this is about my best technique for putting these eyes in here. So you got to get you some little spray adhesive. This stuff lets loose. I think it comes from Hobby Lobby. I actually found this in my best girl's junk drawer. So you don't have to shake it. It sounds like it's all in there. What I usually do is get me a little cup like this and just spray a little bit in there so you got a little liquid down there. And you can use a Q-tip, or I usually grab, find it, you know, I save all, if I mess up on a worm, like I'll find one that's not any good, or I might have got a bad and junk, just snip the little top off. And see, that's about, just dip that in there like that, and hit up every one of these eye sockets. And if it ever gets to the point where you get a little buildup on here, acetone takes it right out. Guess you could use a Q-tip, but I prefer this method. It doesn't absorb like a Q-tip. All right, so then that's going to seize up real quick. So once it seizes up, it's just clear and sticky. And you just grab you some eyes like this. These eyes wanting to stick on this foil backing better than they normally do. If I wanted them to stay put, they'd come off. It's going to give me trouble because it knows I'm filming. So you just got to coax them off a little bit. And I kind of like to just tamp them down a little bit to make sure when you inject that hot plastic, it don't get under it. I've had the plastic go underneath the eye before and kind of coat it over. The reason I use a lot of red in the eyes is just because of the area that I fish in. I feel like the bass attack it. I think the bass sense danger when they see red or yellow. Yellow works real good here too. So does chartreuse. For a long time, I really thought that was yellow, just a brighter yellow, but I was informed that it's more green. But anyway, the bass like to attack stuff like this. These colors, I think they believe is danger. So they may not want to necessarily eat this little fish, but they'll bite it anyway because they're trying to protect their habitat. And so then I got my hot plate on warm over here, and it's a little chilly today, so I just keep the moles a little bit warm. It's not really on very high, so I mean you can touch it. It's not hot. You can touch it. It's not hot, but it's warm. It's not going to reject that plastic in any kind of way. So on a day like today, I'll put all my injectors out in the sun and let them heat up. Sometimes if I don't, I'll put them on my hot plate. It all depends on exactly how cold it is. Yeah, so I got all my hyper shift that I want to make those minnows out of. So I got a clean measuring cup. See all this stuff, I don't even have to cut this up. Those are perfect size to just throw in there. But just to get it to be a full cup, I'll take a little bit of this. I try to, whatever I take off of one puck like this, I'll try to match that with another one. Keep that recipe kind of the same, so I know what I'm doing. I just want to keep that recipe kind of the same, so if I want to do some more of it, it'll be good. That's about all I can fit in there. I might better get a little bit more. Maybe one more snip off of this one. And one more little cut off of this one. And a little bit more. And I'll throw this in the microwave for a couple minutes to get it started. All right, so that was 2 minutes. See where it's starting to turn a little bit? So now I'll hit it for 1 minute. Alright, so this will be a total of 3 minutes. So it'll be 30 seconds from here on out. See, it's almost there. See all that air in it? That's what I'm saying. It has to be vacuumed again. Still kind of lumpy. Remember this plastic is cooked, so I don't have to cook it. I only got to get up to injection temp, which today I'd like it to be about 130. Be a single color, and I want it to be able to adhere to those eyes. I want it to, when it injects in there, I want that plastic to be hot enough to stick to it. One thing about these hyper shift colors, they're not very heat sensitive. I've been finding that if you actually overheat a little bit, it doesn't do any harm to it. Like a lot of other pigments and flakes, they hate the heat, and if you overheat it a little bit, they'll do all kinds of stuff. Sometimes the square cut wants to turn in on itself, and I've had some glitter that actually loses all its color. You'll have a nice red glitter that'll turn silver on you. So, see, there's way too much air in it. I don't know if you can see them bubbles on there. That's all air from humidity and stuff. So I'm gonna run this one through the vacuum chamber. It's gonna take a minute, so I'll bring you guys back after I do that. All right, here we go. So it's all vacuumed out. Looks good. We'll have to. It's a little bit hot, a little bit over what I like it to be, but by the time I get it set up over there, it'll be perfect. All right, so here we go. The mold's already pre-warmed. I don't have to worry about the belly and the back right now because this is all going to be one color. Plastic's just about right. You almost can tell without a temperature gauge, just by the way it runs off the knife. Doesn't take too much. It's a very nice slow injection. Try not to rush it. All right. I feel like that was good. So on my vise, you noticed it's a dual, and it's got two pistons, but if you got one dangling in the wind right here, it don't hurt nothing. The air will just fill each cylinder the way it wants to. So when I chalk up a mold like this, it just fits on here. So like my other, I got some other molds that I use for chatter trailers that are very, very thin, and I could either do it on one, or I could just put them out here on the end. I could just double stack them out here, and just as long as you got a good back. This piece right here on this vise, it moves. It's fully adjustable, but every time you adjust it, it's not that hard. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4 bolts you got to loosen. It slides in and out. Almost stays square by itself, just because of the nature of it. But if it's not square, I never put a square on it, put it that way. When I want to square it up, if I'm adjusting this, I'll bring it all the way up to where it's going to touch, whether I got the molds in there or not. And I tighten it down flush with whatever I'm trying to fit in here. Now, I really don't like to move it that much because it's a lot easier just to throw extra molds in here or pieces. I got all kind of shim material. This is all just scrap that I had laying around, this kind of stuff. And I'll use anything I have to for shims. So that's just my best way of saving time. I got this in a central location where I don't have to fool with the bolts that much. Now see in the back here, these back two bolts, all that's doing is holding this. I had this extra piece of plate that I really wasn't doing nothing with, so I just decided one day, I was sitting it up here. I was sitting on the edge. If you can see the end of my T-bar, I was just kind of sitting on the edge, and it would fall every now and then. I was like, well, why not just a couple holes in there and slide it right on up? And that's where it's been ever since. The bottom line is, I guess what I'm saying is, I don't really move this. If I had a bunch of stuff, if I ever get into some production work, I'll probably slide this as far out as it'll go, and I can stack a lot of molds in it and go from there. But for me right now, this is a good setup. So see, those sprues sucked in a little bit, but since my plastic was not very hot, very overheated, it didn't draw that much, but it drew enough. Had this been a laminate, I would have used my my new blending block from SDG. Now I'm going to do some laminates today, so I probably will use this. I'll go ahead and save all this. I'll remelt that bit down. The way I hang these now, I'm going to not be able to use my screws today. See, can y'all see that? Yeah. Let's see what it come out like. There we go. Oh yeah. All right, so I don't know what color that is, but I like it. Let me see if I get it out in the sun. Come take a look at it right here. I don't know what colors I see in there or what you guys are seeing, but I see a really good shift. And if I can see a shift, it must be shifting good. So anyway, that's a good little swim bait. I want 6 of these, so I got to do one more run. All right, so here's round 2. If these came out right, then that'll be my my 6. Most everything I like in sets of 6. Fit in the bags well. Let's take a look. Came out good. Hyper shift minnow. Maybe it could be a red eye hyper shift minnow, huh? I hope all them colors look good. I wish I could see them. So I reheated some more of that hyper shift, and I got some slouches and inshore swim baits. Got them all chalked up. Sucked in a little air on that. That was my bad. It's not good to have air in your injector. You can purge it out like this. I think I got it. So let's knock out these slouches first. Actually, this might be the inshore swim bait as much as I know. No, I think these are the slouches. I can actually tell by the amount of plastic they're taking. Now the inshore swim bait, they don't take hardly nothing. They're so small. Injector tip. That injector tip is nasty. I hope I didn't jack anything up. Sometimes when it gets like this, you just want to stop and start over again. We'll give that a little time to let it draw while it's cooling. Okay, so here we go. Everything's all cooled off. So I can get them all come out on the same side. And they always do me wrong. Here we go. Look, just when I said so. I don't know what happened to that one. That could have been some of that air in that injector. But we won't worry about it. These are just for me. I just wanted one set of them. At least this remelt right here, I could reduplicate this. Not reduplicate. This color right here, I could duplicate. This remelt, but normally remelts are one-offs. But in a case like this, I could probably make this again. So if I go out there and start nailing some fish, I'm definitely going to want to try this again. Let's take a look at this flawed one real good up close. See that? I think that could be air. I thought I got it all out, but I got it. I would never sell anything like this, but I'm sure going to use this one. Now watch me catch a nice fish or a bunch of fish with this one and nothing else. There's no way I know how to get that air in there. Sometimes that's how fishing goes, though. You find something that works really well, and it's the only one you ever had, and it may be one that was flawed. All right, let's see what happened with these slouches. Come on. Here we go. So I think those all look good. Right now, right off the bat, I'm not seeing anything wrong. Just grab one randomly. I don't know what y'all think. Might have a little air. No, maybe not. Might have a little air in the tail, but I don't know. The more I look at it, I don't think it is. I think it's that hyper shift just playing tricks with my eyes there. Now, as for these slouches, I have a tail mold for them. So if I ever wanted to change, I do that a lot. I put red chartreuse. I've made some of these one time with some blue tails. I can't remember. I think I had a green and a white belly and a blue tail, and those are pretty neat. They work pretty good. I actually caught more bass with them than crappie. But anyway, that's all I want today. This is going to be another set of 6. All right, for the last 2 single color lures I want to do a set of crushers and a set of slayers. Those are going to drink a little bit. These have a long runner. Just make sure I stay topped off. See, that one pulled out. Let's keep some hot plastic in there. So now the question is, I got all this left over. Is this a good back color or a good belly color? All right, these had cooled enough. came out of the belly side first, which is odd. Normally that stays in. So that looks pretty good. Look a lot better in the sunlight. You know, UV rays under the water. I think they're going to show up. Let's check out these slayers. That is a cool color. Hyper shift. So for these crushers and slayers, I actually have tail molds for them too, where I could put say a little red tail on there, or yellow or something. But today I decided to go with this. Now this, I'm thinking that's going to be a good belly color. So I found some kind of green or something to put it here on the top. See how they come out. All right, it's time for the blending block and the dual injector. Got the tops facing this way and belly's facing this way. So my blending block, I had the bellies all facing me. Got my top plastic and my bottom plastic. So I think I got it right. Feels right in my head. Let's see. I hope that plastic wasn't too hot. It may have been. And we will check it out. All right, I feel like these have cooled enough. I tell you, I didn't really care for the way the injector plugs looked. But that don't always tell you how the bait's gonna look. So the backs are fine. Can't really, I may have shot a little too hot, but there is that little bit of belly color in there. These are gonna work out good. I got a feeling I'm gonna go out on a limb and say these are gonna hit the spot. Let's look at these crushers. And slayers. I like the way the slayers came out. I like this. The belly is just enough. I mean, it's just right there. Just that little bit of hyper shift. Now all I gotta do is find a plume of fish, and I'm pretty sure he's gonna work. All right, so before I call it a day, I'll hit some slouches. I'm gonna try to do the same thing. Keep the belly this way. And some inshore swim baits. Also keep the belly this way. Now, here goes a question. Is that going to set? No, see? I'm going to have to bring these up on a shim. What I could do is lay this piece of aluminum in there like that. Watch this. See if I can hit that. Perfect, right? There we go. Well, I got my plastic right. Both of them about 330. So I think all my bellies are facing this way, belly side. Here we go. Let's see if I can do this without sucking air. I'm running out. These are all small baits, so I might have enough plastic. I missed one over there. Look, I didn't get a good offset. Or maybe there's something I was not able to do. Or I actually forgot about. So I'm thinking, man, that's not acting right. Maybe I had a little too cold. So let's see. How many of these can I get? Alright, so this is what happened. I didn't get my camera turned back on. So I just had to show you what I had to do. Because I couldn't get this block to offset with this one enough to give me clearance. I just went ahead and let this mold, clean that up a little bit. Just went ahead and let this mold cool, reheated my plastic, and then came over here and shot these. So I'm thinking one or two of these ain't gonna come out right because I didn't get them right. I think it's this one. I don't remember now. I wanted to show her. I wish I could have got my camera back on. That's my bad. Trying to get all the shadows out of it. When that UV light hits it penetrating through the water, that's going to show up good. I'm going to have a lot of confidence fishing these. The slouch is going to be the same way. See how some of the hyper shit worked its way down into the tail? And then right up through here. And then the back. That looks good to me. I have a lot of confidence in this one too. Alright, well that's about all I'm going to do on this video. I got a whole lot more remelting to do, but it gets boring after a while. So I just wanted to give you the idea of what you can do with remelt and save all your plastic and how you can reuse it. So I think those things came out pretty good. You know, it's just another part of making your own lures that you can be creative with and try things out. And you're not out of nothing because that's all old plastic anyway. It used to be whenever I was trying out a new mold, I always went for remelt plastic first just so I get the hang of it and see what it's like. But yeah, man, these days the quality that these molds are coming in, you really don't have to do that no more. You can, but you don't have to. So anyway, before I sign off, I got to say my thing. You know what I'm going to say. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your old tired veteran. I really appreciate all the likes and the views and the comments. I love every single comment. And I can't wait to talk to you guys next time. And above all, get out there and go fishing. You got to take them kids fishing. If you don't teach them now, they're going to grow up and not like it. But if you teach them to fish, they're going to spend all their money on fishing. They're going to be outdoor people. And fishing is so addictive because the human brain has to see water to calm down. It's got a calming effect over anything. You could be very upset and very worked up over what's going on in the world right now, but you get out in a boat or you get on a good piece of shoreline and just look at that water. Whether you're catching a fish or not, it's gonna soothe your brain. Take it from me, I know. I'm kind of a high-strung guy at times. All right, well, until next time, thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. And like I said, I love all the comments, and I like to hear what you guys got to say. So keep them coming. Well, until next time, I hope you guys stay safe out there. And please continue to comment. And thank you so much for watching my videos. And I'll talk to you guys later. Hopefully I can get another video in before the Christmas holidays start. All right. Take it easy. Bye.